Hello and welcome to this special midweek edition of Rising Matchday, this Wednesday the 15th of September. I'm Owen Evans, here to talk through the biggest stories going into tonight's Rising game against Las Vegas Lights. But first, let's look back to last Saturday as Rising took on LA. So a trip out to California on the weekend, this one at the Track and Field Stadium at Dignity Health Sports Park. A poor start for Phoenix. The defence pulled apart here as Preston Judd's ball to Remy Cabral is easily tucked away. The first half was a busy one though, and soon Joey Calistria judged to have been brought down just inside the penalty area, Rising with a chance to level it from the spot. Aidan Quinn stepped up and sends the keeper the wrong way, 1-1. But Galaxy 2 regaining their lead, the corner never really dealt with by Rising, and eventually Jesus Vasquez getting the chance to softly tap it in and restore his side's 1-goal advantage. Again, it didn't last long. Rising with a corner of their own, and Kevin Lambert rising up above everyone to bring the scores back level. It would be Rising to take the lead next, the goalkeeper unable to hang on to Arturo Rodriguez's shot. Santi Moa runs onto it and tucks it away. Into the second half, Joey Farrell adjudged to have fouled Jonathan Perez here. Perez retaliates with a push, both get a card. Farrell's for stopping a promising attack. But despite the delay from the referee, that one Farrell's second, rising down to 10 men, and he'll miss the game tonight. Well, Galaxy made the man advantage count. Jonathan Perez is the one getting on the score sheet. 5 minutes later with a rocket of a shot. 3-3 in Carson. But that wasn't how the game would end. Perhaps a bit of luck for Phoenix, Kai Koreniakov injured, reducing their opponents to 10-2. But in the 5th minute of stoppage time, Tate Schmidt's ball into the box met by the head of Vasquez, who turns it into his own net, rising up 4-3 with almost no time left. And that's how it would finish, 4-3 on the night. Here's the post-game reaction.
It's always great to get 3 points on the road, but I think that we left a lot of opportunities on the table. We weren't very clinical in our finishing. And in the first 15-20 minutes, we were really, really unorganized. I got to give credit to Junior and his staff. Like, we did not expect them to play in a 4-4-2 diamond. It was quite a bit different than what we expected from them. Put a lot of pressure on our center backs. We weren't in our build-up. We struggled a little bit to figure it out, but I think after 20-25 minutes, we really had things in control, but we just weren't finishing. And against a team like this, you're going to have to finish your chances because we know they can score goals. So I think we got a bit fortunate at the end. But this is one of those games where you'll look back on it and be very, very happy you got 3 points.
Thought it was a difficult game, especially when we went a man down. But I think the guys, we continue to work and try to get that goal back, which is what what we were working for. Obviously, it's not easy going a man down, but we kept on pushing, and thankfully we got the result.
Yeah, it started out on the right side, and kind of we don't come places to tie or lose. We come to win. So started well off of a little turnover and got it to David and played it back, played it to Kev, got wide, and then got out to Tate and crossed it and maybe touched a piece of my hair, who knows? But yeah, definitely a good cross by Tate to put it in the area, and we got the chance. So.
Would it have happened if you weren't making that run?
I don't know. Sometimes you just got to make unselfish runs, decoy runs, and hope for the best. So I want to say that's what happened, and we got the goal. But a lot of work to do this week and improve. 3 games this week, so we'll bounce back and get ready for the next one.
So a wild night in Carson, both sides holding a lead twice during the match. A remarkable 30 shots for Phoenix on the night as they claim the victory. So Rising picking up the 3 points, but was the performance up to scratch?
Our performance against LA, I thought, was really poor. The mistakes we made were very, very basic, and the first goal we gave up was we didn't stay in our shape, and I think Arturo went out to press a center back, which we never really do, and they played through the lines really well. Joey Farrell got caught on a ball behind him and then didn't track his man. I think he expected the forward to shoot, so we're down 1-0. The second goal, I think we didn't have a very good clearance and didn't have a good reaction to the second ball. And then the third goal was really frustrating because we had a chance to kill the game, and we were in a good situation, and I think Santi held on to the ball a little too long. We lost possession. They hit us on a counterattack, and we're losing. However, with all that being said, I thought it was a fantastic response, very good by the players to show the never die attitude, and I thought they did really well. And to get 3 points and for us to be disappointed in our performance is kind of where we need to be at this point right now. And I've told them that we have to hold ourselves to higher standards. And yes, while 3 points on the road, you would take it no matter how you can get it. We know that in that particular game, we created enough chances to win probably 6 or 7-0. And we weren't clinical in the final third, and we made mistakes, and that's a recipe for disaster. Yeah, in the first 15 minutes, we should have not so many turnovers. I thought we were really, really bad on our first touch. We weren't very clean technically. Again, that field was not very good, but I don't want to make excuses. The lights were poor. The locker room situation is unprofessional. Everything about it was difficult. So what I'll see tomorrow is a perfect pitch with fantastic lights and wonderful fans, and I expect a different performance. Whenever we're at home, everyone says that we're a different team, but the reality is we play on the best field in the league and the best environment, the best situation. We've done a really good job, I think, of creating a very professional environment here at Phoenix Rising. So I know when the guys play at home, they play with a lot of good energy and a lot of excitement. So I can't wait to see us play back in front of our fans. Even though it's a Wednesday, I hope everyone takes advantage of the $3 deal. That's a lot of hot dogs, but that'll be pretty awesome.
Well, the match against LA, yet another example of the team picking up a goal late to turn the result in their favour. It's becoming something of a trend this season, but what's the main factor behind that?
Wow, I'd like to say pride. I think that the guys they expect and they want to win badly, and that's a good thing. But I also think that, from my perspective, I've never been the kind of coach. Like a lot of coaches, I think at 3-2 with 10 guys would have just sat back and defended. And we stayed in a 4-4-1. And then we gave up the third goal and we went after it. So the irony of that is they had a player that was injured and another player laying on the ground when we scored. So I think we were actually in a man advantage. But I think this group, there's something special about them in that when their back is against the wall, they really want to perform and they really work hard. And I think our fitness staff and our medical staff has done a phenomenal job training through the summer and preparing our guys, because every game in the last 15, 20 minutes, our players really step it up. And I think physically they're extremely well prepared. And, you can even see the new guys that come in, they're not used to the heat and they don't understand what it's like, but it's a massive advantage for us, I think, over the long haul of a season.
Well, one player who did impress on the weekend, Aidan Quinn, who was named to the league's Team of the Week.
Well, the thing that I love about Aidan the most is he's probably the most competitive person in the league. He hates to lose. And I think for the last 5 or 6 games, Aidan has led our team in total distance and I want to say pretty close to high speed meters as well. So Aidan's getting over 11 kilometers a game. And at his age, for a midfielder to put in that much distance at that high of an intensity rate, it really helps us. It's changed our midfield tremendously. Now with Kev and Aidan, you have 2 guys that are covering so much ground, and it allows Arturo the freedom and the flexibility to really be more of an attacking style player. And the balance we have in midfield right now, I think, is very good. And with Solo out of the lineup, Aidan has stepped up and provided the key passes that Solo usually brings for us. So it's I knew when we got him that he was a special player. I've been trying for so long, and I'm happy to have him now. But what I've learned more about him in the last, 5 or 6 months is this guy is he's a winner. And I'm glad he's here because he's going to help us win.
Well, let's take a look now at the rest of the Pacific Division. We'll start with an interdivision match in El Paso, Sacramento facing them. An early start for the hosts, Diego Luna's cross meeting the head of Aaron Gomez, his looping header going in to put them up by 1. Second half, and Sebastian Velasquez's ball cutting back inside to Eder Borelli, who drills it home to make it 2-0 El Paso. Sacramento would have a chance to get one back. Malik Foster adjudged to have been brought down by Logan Ketterer in the box. Cameron Owassa stepped up to take the kick, but couldn't keep it on target. Final score, El Paso 2, Sacramento 0. On to Orange County, facing Lights, both of Rising's opponents this week in this one. First half stoppage time, and Rob Kiernan gets his head onto this free kick, Orange County leading 1-0. Into the second half, Ronaldo Damas wants a penalty here, foul given against him, but remarkably Mohamed Traore of Lights talks his way into the book. That was his second, he's off and will miss tonight's game. But OC would get their penalty later. Ben Mines brought down by Alex Rando. Thomasen of Volton steps up to take it and scores to double the host's advantage. One last goal in this one, Damas rounding the goalkeeper to get his on the night. That would do it from Championship Soccer Stadium, Orange County winning 3-0. And the last game of the weekend, Oakland against San Diego. Not the most exciting match, perhaps the best chance falling to Tumi Mushubani, whose header was saved by Paul Blanchette, that game ending goalless at Laney. So Rising continue to build their lead at the top of the division, now up to 13 points. Besides that, no position changes for any of the sides below them, they remain exactly where they were on Friday night. A busy midweek for USL, but not much else going on out in the West, just the one other match tonight as Oakland host Tacoma Defiance. Well, Rising will be forced to make one change tonight. Joe Farrell suspended for his red card, but can we expect any other changes to come?
Maybe one or two. We're a little bit nervous about Maddox. Darren hasn't played a lot, and to play 3 in a week might be a bit tough. So we're contemplating a change. David Egbo was in training today. That was good. I also think Tate Schmidt has been playing a lot and put in a lot of miles, so we may see a change there.
And from one reserve team to effectively another, what should we expect the main differences and similarities to be between Saturday's opponent and tonight's?
Well, probably just the age. I think LA Galaxy played a 4-4-2 with a diamond in midfield. Possibly we could see some variation of that. I think Traore, their oldest player, got a red card in the last game, so he's out for this one. We're not sure because LAFC played on Sunday, and Bryce Duke, Danny Musovsky, and Cal Jennings was in the 18. So it's so hard to prepare for games like this because you have no idea who you're playing. The one thing I know is they're very good technically. They're very good in attack. They move the ball extremely well. But where we can take advantage of teams like this, and just like LA Galaxy, is on set pieces. We're big, we're physical, we're powerful. We have to use that to our advantage against these young teams.
Well, that's all we have time for this morning. Tonight's game, a 7:30 p.m. kickoff at Wild Horse Pass. Enjoy the match. Goodbye.